This video is going to be a masterclass in terms of how to go on to becoming an online coach if you're currently a personal trainer or you're just getting started. Today is going to be with Vlad Lena, who's one of the clients who signed up to work with us on our beginner program, Fit Pro Launch Systems. We're going to teach her a couple of very key things. One, firstly, how to get traffic using content, using some things like our B-roll growth system. Number two, how to turn that traffic into qualified leads. Thirdly, how to get them onto sales calls. Fourthly, how to close these people into high ticket clients paying either $2,000 or $3,000. And five, exactly how she's going to step by step get to $10,000 a month in her coaching business from being a personal trainer. If you don't know who I am, my name is Charlie Johnson. I've scaled over $30 million online in my own fitness businesses, and we've helped over 1,500 trainers scale online to this point. Now, let's get into the video. In terms of where we are kind of starting at the moment, you've got PT clients, you want to kind of transition to kind of going online. What would be the goal for you from, like, say if we were at like PT now, how much do you want to kind of earn online? What would like success look to you, say in 4 to 6 months?
I think I would be happy to start to earn 10K.
Okay, dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to hear dirhams, so that's not nice.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Okay, cool. So obviously this is kind of like day one for you and kind of like where you're at. So I know from us obviously chatting, you come from a gymnastics background. In terms of where you are kind of starting at the moment, you've got PT clients, you want to kind of transition to kind of going online. What would be the goal for you from, like, say if we were at like PT now, how much do you want to kind of earn online? What would like success look to you, say in 4 to 6 months?
I think I would be happy to start to earn 10K.
Okay, dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to hear dirhams, so that's not nice.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Okay, cool. So obviously this is kind of like day one for you and kind of like where you're at. So I know from us obviously chatting, you come from a gymnastics background, which obviously means you have, we've got a few clients actually who come from that background. One's not gymnastics, but hers was like kickboxing. It's like Veronica Creedle. So like she makes some quite cool kind of content, which I'll show you. But I think to break it down for you in terms of like steps of, there's a couple of key things we need to do. So one is to get traffic. Two is then to obviously get leads, and then is let's put calls, and then let's put like clients. So that's going to be like, let's put closing. So it's like sales. So traffic is going to be social media. Leads is generally going to be kind of like messaging inbounds. Ideally, if we can get them to message us. Some outbound, like for people following, getting them onto like a consultation call, and then like the sales process to get them to kind of become a client, which we'll kind of walk through today. So if we take them kind of one by one, in terms of traffic, so that's obviously going to be kind of content. So for you, what I would, if we were to look at like the basics of the easy things you can do of like low hanging fruit, we have something called the 6-second B-roll growth system. So it's basically making reels that are like 6 seconds with text overlays. So for example,
Interesting.
why I recommend this is because they can go viral very easily, and they're also kind of easy to make. So as an example, this is one of my accounts, which we don't really use that much at the moment. But so what we've done a lot on here, if this loads. So, okay, stuff like this. So that's the type of, like, not necessarily this, but it's basically, it's a 6-second clip with like a text overlay. So I can kind of show you an example if I was to scroll down. We've had some of these go super viral kind of beforehand. So they're very, very easy to make. So you can have like any type of easy footage on your phone, which is, if you're a gymnastics background, you kind of doing different stuff that kind of stands out. You obviously live in Dubai. Okay, like this got 162,000 views.
So it's just a short clip.
It's like 6 seconds long.
Okay,
Like, it's the easiest
can
thing.
make like
It's like
many in one.
Like,
day,
it takes you like
1 hour. Yeah.
So all you need to do is, we have the system that we use for this is basically we'll create an account, or like it can be even separate from your main account, to basically train the algorithm. So what we'll look for, like here's a perfect example. Billions don't network like you think. 7 network attacks I learned from working with it. Like So like,
Yeah.
for example, you could take that and then position it for your own. Obviously you kind of want health. So like that, so for my niche, that would be quite good. So what I kind of look for is if something has a lot of shares and it means it's going viral.
Ah, okay, so you're like looking.
Yeah. So I'm looking for things that are already going viral, and then I would basically recreate my own iteration of it. So like,
Everything on your Instagram is that.
so here you go, 10 physical tests every man should pass. So you could do the same thing, 10 for physical tests every woman should pass, and do that. But like, that's super easy.
And then you put it in the caption, right?
Yeah, and then in the caption is just like, it's
Okay.
that. So essentially, like,
This is a good tip already.
yeah, this is
from the first
this is
sentence.
easy. It's like super easy for you to crush and get. My goal is like, how can we get views and eyeballs really easily? So this, for example, the strategy of what you do is I would make 3 different versions of this. So I have the exact same text, the exact same caption. I'll just use a different video in the background. And I can run all 3 of them into trial reels. So trial reels is essentially this section here, which doesn't show on your main feed. It gets shown to people who don't follow you.
I found out about this yesterday and I was like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. So it's really good to build an account. And then basically all you do is you just look for something that's, if one of them does really well in trial reels, I would then just post it again into your main feed. So you can like out the 3, whichever one does best. So like, for example, let's say we look at trial reels in this account. Let's say like these 3 here at the top.
Yeah.
You can see, okay, these are exactly the same text, but this one has done the best. So then, okay, cool. We would post that one again on our main feed.
But basically you posted already with that views which you got? Or
Yeah, no, post it again, completely separate.
Ah, okay.
So completely separate. So it can go viral again. So that's kind of like the framework for that. There's a step-by-step training that Ataza can send you, which literally show you how to do this. So we call it the Picasso method because basically Picasso is a famous artist who basically recreated other people's stuff. We find something that works and just make our own iteration of it. But like that could take you 10, 15 minutes a day to make 3 and like bang. So it's like, that's super simple just to kind of get eyeballs into the account, if that makes sense. So helpful so far. Okay. So
super helpful.
Okay. So that will work kind of straight away, kind of out the gate, and you don't need to have like videographers or anything kind of more complicated than that. So that would be the first thing I would kind of focus on. And then if you look at from a content perspective, there's only 3 types of content you want to make. So one is going to be authority. So okay, so like you in shape, maybe doing like cool gymnastic shit because you do other stuff people can't do. Like if you have something other people can't do, then you kind of want to kind of show it off because it stands out. 2 is going to be education. So like teaching something. So you mentioned to me about clients who, for example, they struggle with X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
It's like the best way to solve those problems is kind of the thing you want to kind of speak about. And then thirdly is going to be like social proof. So for social proof, that can be you. So like what you've done, your own progress, and then like other clients. And we actually have a strategy as well if you're new, which is like a giveaway strategy. So you could put a post on social media, which is, we run a really big fitness business with a guy called Ryan Terry, who's like 3 times Mr. Olympia. And we're launching it on Sunday, like this exact strategy.
Be huge.
Yes, we're launching that and we're collaborating with MyProtein. So it's going to like, so like, but our problem with that is I think it might have too many, I'm worried it might break things because there'll be too many people. But so basically with this, you would basically do, I'm going to give away 2 coaching programs worth X amount of revenue. To take advantage of this, please comment below, get in shape and tag 3 friends to enter. And then basically all you do is you look at the people who come through and look for someone like, okay, this person is a little bit out of shape. If I got them to drop like 10 pounds in a month, they look great. I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's a good fit because then I've got like social proof. Also, if I come to you and I do really well in the first month and you also know that I'm successful, like try and pick people who have money. I'm probably going to want to keep going anyway and just pay you. So like, it's a really easy way to get clients and also social proof. And then all the other people who enter who don't win, you just like offer them, oh, you didn't win, but we can like either run out place, you get X% off the program. It's like a discount, if that makes sense.
That's cool.
So we'll go through that more in terms of like program and pricing, but that is a really good strategy to kind of do at the beginning to kind of get like case studies and people to kind of show who you're kind of coaching online, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now. It's already creating the content in my head
Yeah,
while you're talking. I'm
You
like,
see what I mean?
okay.
So do you have any questions on that specifically?
No, this is actually, you explain everything very
Okay.
well. I have already questions about the
Okay,
next
we'll
steps.
come on to
Yeah.
those. So we've got like really in-depth trainings that are on School that we can send you for like, they take you through these step by step as well
Okay.
in more detail. But that's kind of like the main thing I would do. And then if we think about from the most important thing right now is like messaging. So what do I mean by that is who you speaking to and how, like, what are their pain points and their problems. So like for you, because you know from the in-person PT, you know your clients very well, I would like kind of create a document or even like a voice note into AI to create a document of basically all the pain points. And these are the kind of things you want to be making content around, and like, who is it you're specifically looking to work with? So you mentioned people like 30 to 35 plus.
Yeah.
Where in the world? UAE, Europe?
Is it necessary? Like, I would love to date from all around the world, but you tell me, in this case, I have no idea actually. Because I was thinking online is like,
So you'll get people from everywhere, but my advice generally is to try and start niche and specific and then kind of go broad. So like, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, let's just even just start in like women in Dubai, like, because you're relatable, you live in Dubai. You could even be like Eastern European, Ukrainian women, like because there's a lot of Eastern European. So that would be who I would be kind of looking at as like a demographic. And then I'd be like, okay, I'd probably niche more to the female side because women is a better coaching market generally than men.
oh, really?
Yeah, there's more, the women weight loss and health niche is bigger than the male niche, but men are also less coachable than women.
Yeah.
Like, men don't ask for help. We think we know everything. It's just kind of the way we,
Yeah.
yeah, do you know what I mean? So, and also like, you are a woman, so you're more relatable to kind of women. So for me, that's kind of what I would look at. I'd also think that, take this in the right way, that like women in Dubai are probably more looks conscious than women other places. So like, they want to spend money on gym memberships, gym clothing.
They're buying
face stuff, like whatever.
They
like,
spend money.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
true.
so like, I don't know, like, this is cool. So this is kind of who I would think about as like a base format, is being kind of pretty direct to that. And also because you've got clients here as well, it kind of makes sense. So that who I think is the demographic, I would say I would probably start just as like, not specifically niche on a problem, but I'd be like just general women's weight loss and like transformation, kind of getting in shape. There are other markets within that. So you might end up having, I don't know, loads of women coming to you with menopause or PCOS or whatever. Like, if you find,
but it's later on, right? When
yeah,
you
yeah.
See that it's
if you find, okay, I'm starting to get all these types of clients coming to me, specialized, specialized. But like, I like people to kind of start a little bit broader, like specific but broad, which is kind of vague. But if you find you keep getting this type of person coming, you'd be like, okay, cool, this is the person we need to then speak to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I would look at from like a base overall. In terms of like the content volume, this is really easy to make 6 videos. So like, super easy. So I'd be like minimum 1 reel per day, like main feed. Let's put enough. And then I would do at least 3 on the trial reels. If it was me, I would be like doing double that. So I'd be doing at least like twice a week. But that's like,
You mean in a day?
yeah,
One reel in a day.
Yeah.
When I spoke with what's the name? Diana.
Yeah, yeah.
I asked if I can post 2 reels.
Yeah, yeah, do more. More is better.
Yeah. Okay.
More generally, always that's a better answer.
Especially at the beginning, I think.
Yeah, yes, because you also like you can see you get more chances to test. So like, for example, that would be 3 trial reels. So that's like that.
Yeah.
So you could do 6, and then the 2 that do well the next day you would post. I would also do like static images, and I would do static images with like captions. So for example, so like that, for example, like it's super easy. So it's got 43,000
Oh,
views.
really?
Literally just an image of kind of looks like OnlyFans, these load of Jack guys, but good caption, which actually wasn't written by AI.
Okay, so images is also nice.
Yeah, so once you have a following, if the image is good, and also if you can collaborate with other people. So one of the easiest ways in terms of like we spoke about Heroes Authority is also borrowed authority. So like if you've got clients, friends who have any social media following, like it doesn't even have to be big.
Yeah.
If you collaborate, you get their traffic, right?
Yeah.
So like that, for example, is collaborated with one person, but I can see, okay, 15 people have shared that image.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I noticed. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, image made so good.
Yeah, so like
Easy.
that's, and it is easy. So that would be another thing I would look at. I would generally just try and post as much as possible within kind of reason. If we look at it from a stories perspective though, what I'd also look at is we need to kind of like systematize this. Once you have some kind of traffic, is I would do probably like in between 2 to 4 stories a day.
This can be anything.
So I would try and always have a purpose. So like the most important thing is the first story being like engaging or visually different. So like I filmed one today and it was like, I got like a weird camera mount and put a phone really high, like shoot down at me in the gym, and it just looks sick. So it's like, I know if I have something that's really visually engaging, it will do well. The key thing is to make sure that you ideally post all your stories like really close together. So like,
Okay, not like 1 in the morning. And
yeah, it completely fucks the views up.
Yeah.
So I would like almost like delete them and then post like 1, 2, 3, 4 straight after each other. But I try and make the first one kind of really engaging, and then I'd always try and have, it's easier when you obviously got more clients, but to have like social proof, even if your clients who you PT are happy to, like you train them a little bit, it looks
like a
good.
little.
Do you know what I mean?
I did one thing out of the school, and I wasn't, how to say, I wasn't on social media for like 1.5 years, and I post this like a
That's
story,
great.
and that like I would be like 0 maybe.
Yeah.
It was 35 comments, people
Yeah.
like the page got alive.
Yeah.
I have social proofs, like
Oh,
I
you got
have
loads.
some,
Yeah, that's
so
great. So then like,
I
okay,
can-
so then what I would do, if you've got social proof, I would post stuff like this. Oh, let's put some screen record. So I'd post one of these every 5 days, but like have a story with the caption. So it's like, here's how Ken, I'm making this up, this is how Ken lost 10 pounds in 12 weeks, blah, 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 blah. DM me Transform to find out how. So like the biggest thing that sells is kind of case studies and social
I
proof.
did kind of
Yeah,
similar,
like that.
but I did it with his message me
Yeah, it's perfect.
saying thank you. So it's like kind of
One thing I would do when you present client results, I would always have the weight on there as well. So if he's lost,
okay.
I don't know, 10 kilo, I don't know, 5 to 7 kilos maybe,
Yeah.
I would have that on there because it's also visual that people are like, oh shit, I
Yeah.
can see. So I would try and make that kind of clearer. And then, yeah, the rest of it is good. It's kind of, the bio's kind of broad, it's like super broad. So
Yeah, now I got the idea of what to change.
I would probably make that more specific. All these clients who are on these transformations, are they all in Dubai?
No,
Where are they from?
it was most of them from Dubai, 1, 2, 3. This was not in Dubai, it was online,
Yeah.
but it was while I was performing.
Yeah.
So mostly Dubai.
I would also with your content, I would storytell a bit more about like the performing stuff, for example. So if you've got stuff of you like as like a gym
I
master.
do also once a week training of gymnastics.
Yes,
I
but-
didn't know should I record it or not.
Like some of those can go super viral. So like stuff like this, it stands out massively, right? So I would definitely lean into that because it's very different in terms of,
This is already 300 years ago.
yeah, so like there's a lot of things you could kind of do which will stand out massively. So
Like just show the skills.
yeah,
basically.
it's
What others can't.
because they can't do it,
Yeah.
right? So you stand out massively. So that for me would be something I would do, I would lean into. And like even, you know, I said about if you do a skill session for gymnastics once a week, I would have the first story here is I don't know what you know the thing where you go around the
Yeah,
bars,
yeah.
like whatever that is. Like if you were to do that as his first one, I guarantee you would get loads of views. So it's like because people like they watch
Yeah,
it, right?
what's going on?
Yeah. So for me, that's kind of how I would structure it, and then I would have 2 days a week where you have one story. So that one story is like a call to action. So personally, I would do Sunday, which is basically like directly, are you an entrepreneur or are you a woman in Dubai over the age of 30 who wants to be the best show of their life for summer 2026? I have my own, my special system that I learned from elite level gymnastics to help women get in shape. DM me summer 2026 to find out how I can help you. Or like some bit better than that, but like
Call to action.
something like that with like one story because it'll get maximum views. And then in the middle of the week, I'd probably do the same thing like Wednesday, but maybe for some type of like free guide or nutrition. Somebody's probably doing like nutrition for fat loss, supplements for fat loss. You can make like an ChatGPT like a PDF or a guide. I would do that because it will get people to message you.
Yeah, so it's like a traffic also.
Yes, and then if you think about, okay, if our goal is to get traffic to then leads to then calls, this is the thing that starts to bring in the leads who we can then message. But the other thing why we kind of want to focus on trying to get some stuff to go viral from the reels is if we're looking at, say, if we look at leads specifically, some of the easiest leads are always going to be new followers. So if we can get new followers, I don't want to put S twice, to come into your account, that will mean, that will give you people who you can then outbound message. And then you would just message people who are like a good fit. So like you can kind of tell if someone's a good fit from just their profile, people kind of coming through. So like, are they the right age? Do they look like from the right countries, the right gender potentially? So the best thing I believe in to send people is a voice note, in particular because you're doing the messaging anyway. You can talk faster than you can type, and you can personalize it to get a higher response rate.
Yeah.
So I would message something like, hey Charlie, thanks so much for following my account. What is the biggest thing I can help you with? Are you also in Dubai? Are you looking for help in terms of nutrition? Are you looking for help for training? My background is elite level gymnastics. Like I can maybe help with mobility. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, if it's new followers, okay, it's fine. But to message the random people, let's call it cold people, how do I find out
who to message?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a really good example. Where do you think, if you looked in Dubai specifically, your target market would be?
Everywhere. My target is everywhere.
Okay, so
basically you mean the places?
Okay, so I was going to test you. So I would do gyms. So what I would look at is story views, stories of gyms. So people who are tagging gyms and the gyms repost it, or following the gyms. You could look at warehouse gym, new followers, WellFit gym, new followers. It's probably a pretty. Do you see what I mean?
Okay, I got it.
So
because I was like, whom to message? Like,
because that's because if you actually think about it, it's let's say easy. So like you train at WellFit Maidan. If you went into WellFit Maidan's page every day or WellFit and look at the new people who are following it, and you just messaged all the women who followed it. I also train at WellFit Maidan, blah blah blah. Like you start to get them into a kind of conversation, like that will start.
How you? Maybe it's a stupid question. How you see the new followers?
there's no such thing as stupid questions. So what you would do is, if I screen record again. So if we go, say if I go to WellFit Maiden, or WellFit,
Just WellFit, yeah. Yeah.
that one. So if I go onto the page, if I click followers, okay, so it won't show you what, these are the most recent ones.
Oh, okay.
So these are people who, if you literally just click followers, it would just show you. So, okay, like if you were going to look for you, okay, like Mariam Fit, she's a coach, probably not. Who else would be a good fit? Scully.
Who is a coach?
She's not. There you go. That's the type of person I want. Do you know what I mean? Probably not. You can, you see what I mean? You can just see
Who is it?
who looks like a
Yeah.
good fit. So
Good.
that one would be.
But do you follow them?
I
Before
would.
message?
I probably would. Yeah. So like, there's loads of them in there. And then what you could do, like that would be a good one, is I would look at the most expensive gyms,
Yeah.
because then the more affluent clients, right? So, but you can see if you just did that every day, there's probably, and if you had an example like the best gyms in Dubai to do that, I would. So if you were specialize in like the female niches, you could just look at the women only gyms. I think GigaFit, one of them maybe. I want to say, I don't know.
So, what's the name?
There's a few women's only gyms.
Fit and Glam.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So if you were to like follow that, go for the new followers for that, those would be the people. So for me, I'd be like, okay, cool. If you just messaged like new followers every day who come into your account and onto the gym, and then the gyms you messaged 20 to 30 maybe a day, take you 15, 20 minutes, that starts to build up over a period of time. And that's how you start to kind of get people. But also, if you train in these gyms anyway, like people will see you and start to like, if they see you in real life, they believe you're not like this. So like for me, I would do weird things of like, I was in Las Vegas for like 2 months last year. So I started running ads to Las Vegas because I know that, okay, I'm in the gym all the time and trainers are in the gym. And I've had people come up to me because they see the ad and then they end up signing up as a client. Do you know what I mean? Because like, oh, I saw you. Like, So you kind of go where the fish are, if that makes sense. So that would be an easy strategy from the messaging standpoint. But the big goal is to just try and drive people into this to new followers into your account from the content.
It's the easiest. No?
It's the easiest.
They're already there.
They come more to you rather than you going to them. So the biggest thing that will drive that is just.
I think it's content, in general.
Yeah, that, and then even for you, if you're training in the gyms, like tag them, because I'll repost and tag you, and it's like free advertising. So the more you can get other people to kind of market you, the easier it is, if that makes sense.
Okay, this is cool. But now it's the question of flew away from my head. It will come now. The message. Also, the message.
Okay. So if we look at messaging is the same as the way I would, we have a script, like a framework we can give you for messaging and for sales, but this is basically kind of it. So it's the same kind of thing. So this is like the abbreviation. So C is for clarify. Let's put North Star. So like, what does the person want? I say, okay, so you get them into conversation like, oh, hey Charlie, I saw you following WellFit page. I actually trained at Meydan one. Like, what's the goal in terms of health and fitness? Oh, awesome, yeah, I trained at Meydan one too. Cool. So my goal is I want to get abs the first time. Oh, awesome, like I hear that all the time. Why do you think you haven't been able to get abs, do that so far? So like what I'm doing is like, I'm labeling the problem. Now, what does this mean? I'm asking them, why have you not achieved this?
Yeah.
Oh, I have achieved, because I don't know what to eat, when to eat, and how much. Cool, awesome. So like we then know the problem, and they're saying what their issue. We know what they want. They've said what their problem is. Cool. Next thing we're going to ask is, I don't know what's it. O again. Resolve past pain. What have you tried before to achieve this? Oh, I've tried keto, fasting, whatever. So like,
basically you're letting them talk
yeah, you just
to open all the problems, and then you're like,
yeah, okay, cool. So like, oh, awesome, Charlie. So cool. So if I hear you correctly, you want to get abs first time. You don't know what to eat, when to eat, and how much, and then you've tried keto, fasting, carb cycling, and loads of kind of dodgy supplements they sell at Dubai Mall. Why? Like from my experience as like an elite level gymnast and training with hundreds of clients, I see this all the time. It's actually really simple to solve. You can see from some of the clients I work with in my page. If you've got 20, 30 minutes, I can walk you through the process in terms of how I help clients who, like in your position, can get abs in 8 to 12 weeks. Would Friday at 3 p.m. work?
okay, and you close them.
Yeah, and then try and get them on a call. And then when they're on the call, we do the same thing, but in like a conversation. But from a sales aspect, the most important thing we then ask is just why. So we go deeper, like down constantly. So like, cool, you want to get abs. Why do you want to get abs? Because I want to have more confidence. Cool. Why do you want to have more confidence? Because I'm single, want to find a partner. Awesome. So like, how long have you wanted to try and find a partner? Why is finding a partner important to you? Well, because I'm 35 and I want to settle down and have a family. Like, so you see how you go on like
opening them up.
You then know specifically, we're not like the first question is always like surface level. Then like, okay, cool. So like the actual thing they want is not really abs. The thing they want is to be in good shape to get partners and have a family and settle down.
So basically we don't do the robotic.
No, like
message.
Conversational.
We
so
want
like,
to be
it's dynamic. It's just like a framework. So like if you had like a someone who's messaging for you who's like retarded, you could have them have like a proper script. But like for me, it's like sales is like a framework. So like, this is the natural process. And then like the rest of it, like if you're on a sales call, would be sell the solution, which like, I said about like the call, that would be like selling the solution, but on the sales call, it'd be like selling the problem.
Yeah.
Explain away concerns. So it's basically explain like anything they're worried about, and then is then just reinforce the offer. So this is where you're basically showing like conviction, commitment, how you get people's results, why the time frame works, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of like the framework for sales and lead generation and like messaging, because it's messaging is selling, but just not on the phone.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. We have a script for both messaging, like a framework for both messaging and for the sales calls, which we'll give to you. So you can kind of like, even if I took a sales call, I'll still have it open in front of me just to be like, to make sure I go through the right framework.
Especially at the beginning.
Yes. And so you don't have to ask like the question, like you say it in your own language. And the biggest thing in sales, so like from a sales aspect, would be curiosity, which is like why the why question is important. Why the why? It's like you want like childlike curiosity. Okay, cool. So like, why do you want to do this? Why is this important to you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like those deeper questions are the big thing that's going to kind of make a difference. And the more specifically you can kind of do that, it's going to help. When it comes to leads and then on the calls, we obviously then need to look at like, say like the offer and then kind of like pricing. So my personal opinion is, this is my favorite way for people to structure fitness offers, is like this. So you would do $2,000, $3,000, that's for 6 months, that's for 12 months. So now the biggest reason people won't charge that is because they have limiting beliefs in their own mind around money and kind of what people are willing to pay. If you are targeting people in Dubai, they don't care. Like
they just wanted to say.
They literally don't give a shit. So it's like, if you are comfortable selling higher prices, I would sell higher prices. This is for me is like the baseline of where I would start. And the reason we do 2K for 6 months and 3K for a year is we want to sell longer programs. So we can charge higher amounts. And the way this is structured, that is a 50% discount. So the person is automatically, well, if I'm paying
true.
if I'm paying $2,000 for 6 months, I might as well just do the year. So like there's a big difference in price for you for that. So, and the way we sell that to someone, this is like the best thing you can say in a sales call is, okay, Charlie, so what we basically do, if you want to get abs for the first time, I can get you to do that within 4 to 6 months pretty easily. There's no problem at all. The reason that 95% of my clients do a 12-month program is that statistically, within 3 years, people who lose weight regain the weight and more. We don't want you to be another statistic. So the reason we actually do the second 6 months and we actually do it at 50% less in terms of the price is it's basically like an insurance policy so that you're not in the same situation in 18 months time, 2 years time.
Yeah.
We're like, I've fallen off the wagon. I need to get myself back in shape. If that makes sense.
Yeah, a lot to fix that
Yes.
result.
Yeah. So it's like you're selling the permanent solution, not just like a quick fix.
Yeah.
And for your demographic, if you're selling to people who are 35 plus, they understand this. They know like an 8-week diet's like, they're old. Like I'm old. I understand it.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months ago, it's like that. So that's how I would position it from a sales aspect. When you can look at maybe increasing price, you can charge more than this if you want to as well. Like I'm up for people charging as much as they want. So,
But what about why you're only selling 6 months and 12 months? I know why for for myself, but you don't really offer even 1 month, 2 months because I don't want to do it.
well, no.
Maybe.
So if it comes to it, and so let's say, the reason is I can't get your result in a month's time. I can help you get progress, but if you tell me you've been fat for 10 years and you want to change it, like this is your opportunity to actually change it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to dip your toe in the water or do you want to deal with this properly? So like,
this makes sense.
the only reason I would do less than 12 and 6 is you can always come down, you can't go back up. So if you try and sell someone a monthly program, you can't then, and they say yes, you can't be like, oh, we've actually got this year thing. So if it comes to it, you can always do 3 months. If someone's like, oh, okay, I've got a wedding in 3 months I want to get in shape for or whatever, I would still try and tell them the 6 months because then they'll be like, oh, we've got honeymoon in 6 months time. So do you see what I mean? But you can always come down. So if it needs to, you could go into monthly if you had to, but I would always do the 2K and then 3K. Do you have a company set up in Dubai?
No.
Okay. So then in terms of payments, ideally you get people to bank transfer you would probably be the easiest way. Eventually you'd ideally want like some type of company so you can set up a payment processor so people can use card payments.
I saw you were talking about WOP.
Yeah. Stripe are terrible. So WOP is who I would recommend. We use them. 95% of our clients use them. So that's who I would get set up with. And then what you can also do is say someone pays monthly, it will just auto charge them monthly.
Okay, this is cool. Like, you don't need to
chase them or deal with it. So that would be something I would also do. But at the beginning for you right now, I'd be like, book calls, close calls, just sell people. And then if you've got PayPal.
What?
If you've got PayPal?
I don't have.
Okay.
I don't use it. I don't
get
know.
people to bank transfer. If they're in the UAE, they can bank transfer. It's easy enough. So
the easiest thing. And now I found out you can transfer by phone number.
So for me, that's what I would do in terms of like the offer and the pricing. Do you have any questions on that?
No, I'm happy.
Ready to go make some money now?
Yes.
Okay. If you're a trainer, business owner, watching, listening to this, if you want help in terms of scaling your business, information in terms of how we can help you with that, you can book in a call team and walk through the whole process. And if you enjoy this video, there's another video on screen just like this now you can check out, which will walk through the whole process. Please like and subscribe.